Hey everyone, New3012 here, and this is going to be the final of Higurashi. Chapter 1, that is. So this is going to be one continuous video, and for however long it is, because I can't imagine this going on for much longer. At least I hope not, because I don't want to go for another 3 or 4 hours. If so, then disregard what I'm just saying, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the finale. Because it's definitely gotten to the peak where I feel like they're going to kill me in my home now. Other than that, thank you guys for watching all of my whole series so far, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, and patiently wait for Chapter 2, which should start up very soon after this one is done. Because I'm really enjoying the series. Without further ado, let's do it. Mion. Oh, you look just fine. I heard you collapsed, so I came to check up on you. How did you know I collapsed? I heard from Rena over the phone. Do I need any other reason than that? I understood why she would call a doctor. But why Mion too? Rena was descending the stairs behind me. Rena, doesn't Kei-chan look pretty alright? Sheesh, you made me worry for nothing. That's true. Maybe I worried for nothing as well. They both began laughing. Yeah, I'm just gonna excuse myself and leave this situation. It appeared to be a cheerful laugh, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a darkness looming over them. No shit. Whoa, what's up with this shoe rack? How did it get like this? I don't know. How did it get like that? Why did you go? See, Keiichi needs to do that. I didn't break it, so obviously Rena must have. They'll say you're lying, but you know, it's worth it. The shoe rack that I'd smashed to pieces had been like that since yesterday. Oh, I fell, you see. And that bat I was holding at the time slammed into it. That's what happened. That is what happens when you swing around something you're not used to handling. Don't worry, I'm known to be able to handle large objects. I kept the fact that it was none of her business to myself. But leaving it like this will really startle your parents when they get home. I'll fix it up for you later. Now come on, Kei-chan. The terminally ill need their rest. I'm not terminally ill. Please say you're joking. Come on. Come. Back in bed. I still don't like the fact that she had said terminally ill. Fucked up. Both of them urged me up the stairs. I had no chance to call Oishi-san. See, all you need to do is say, oh, I need to call my dad and tell him to get over here. You know, just in case he'll want to know how I'm feeling. Because they probably will try to stop you, but all you have to do is call Oishi and say, hey, Dad, it looks like I passed out and Rena and Mion are taking care of me at the house now. But I wouldn't mind you coming over, you know. That kind of thing. You know, your son really needs the parenting help of great parenting guidance. Help me, for God's sakes! Then hopefully Oishi gets the point and sends 3 or 4 cop cars. The doctor's coming as well, you know. I wouldn't mind having you be here as well when the doctor arrives. That's what you tell him. Come on now. I was pushed into my bed. As it was the first time Mion had been in my room, she began searching around it intently. She fiddled around my room and was scolded by Rena. You can imagine how it went. It was uncomfortable having my room poked around, but the conversation was so benign that it was heartwarming. During that innocent conversation, Mion said something as though it was perfectly ordinary. Rena, did you call the manager? Who? Yep, right after I called Mi-chan. He said he'd be right over. Who's the manager? And manager at like a cafe? Manager? That out-of-place word gave me a bad feeling. Keiichi, run! Run! Fight or flight. Rena called a doctor, then called Mion, and after that she called a manager? Who was this manager? Since Rena and Mion's conversation was so peaceful, it only felt slightly odd. Slightly? What are you two talking about? Who's this manager? Didn't you know, Kei-chan? We mean the manager when we say manager. That doesn't explain anything. Like the director of a movie. Or like a foreman of a construction site. Yeah, that construction site foreman? No thank you, I don't want to become him. I don't want to be dismembered. I dug through all the memories for a manager who might have business with me. Only one thing came to mind. What Rena had just said. The construction site foreman. The very first victim of the first incident. The dismemberment at the damn construction site. The foreman? But that was strange. He was supposed to be dead. There was no way they could call him. Oh, don't tell me there's some bullshit where he didn't die. I don't understand. What are you guys talking about? What does that manager have to do with me? You said he was coming. Did you mean to my house? I asked one obvious question after another. But all the two of them did was smile coolly at each other. Run! No, this is where it's all fucked up. Run! They're gonna try to kill you right now. There's a huge difference about how the two of them appeared and how my suspicions were playing out. Slowly I felt discomfort and panic welling up inside me. Mine would be fear and terror. And anger. I couldn't understand what Rena and Mion were talking about. Kei-chan, you've gotten into baseball lately, haven't you? Pretty sure the manager will be happy to hear that. So who's this manager? The manager's the manager. So who's this manager? Keiichi, stop asking. Rena and Mion looked at each other and laughed haughtily. That disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. Good God. That laugh, long enough to be unsettling, ended abruptly. Oh yeah, we should finish up before the manager comes. You remember, don't you, Kei-chan? Her face was laughing, but Mion's eyes told a different story. Remember what? Keiichi-kun, had he forgotten, I wonder? About the penalty? Did you really forget? The homework with the mochi. The homework where you were supposed to guess which one Rena made. You forgot about that homework, didn't you? I certainly did have that homework. But I had thrown away the rest of the mochi after I found that sewing needle. So I wasn't able to answer which one Rena made. Yes, you can! Lie! Guess! Whatever, you don't have to have all of them and say, yeah, I ate all of them, and it was obviously this one. Guess! I guess letter C, because C is always the answer. The penalty for that? Why now? No doubt my question was written all over my face. Their answer to my question was that dry laughter. I could no longer make heads or tails of anything. I began to think that this entire day was somehow insane. Strange. Incomprehensible. Being chased by Rena. Attacked by strange men. The penalty Mion and Rena were talking about. What were those two laughing at? It didn't take long for me to realize I had been dragged into an abnormal situation. Oh, really? This is abnormal. I thought this was normal. Oh, God. Who were these two? Who are these people? Who are these doppelgangers of Rena and Mion? Rena had gotten behind me at some point. Why was she pinning my arms behind my back? No! No! Hell no! Get out! Start squirming! They're gonna stab and cut you open, Keiichi! What are you doing? Don't move. This is your penalty. My body was already very sluggish, and Rena pinning my arms made it that much harder to move. I don't care how hard it is. You're moving, buddy! I seriously tried to struggle, but she wouldn't even budge. Yeah, you seriously tried. Kind of like you seriously tried to get out of this situation, you piece of shit. Well, panic began to well up, and I realized this was well beyond the realm of jokes and pleasantries. This freakishly monstrous strength, it would have been impossible for the Rena that I knew. Then these frail, thin frail arms grasping me firmly. Whose arms were they? Kei-chan, no struggling. Club rules, there are no exceptions. You can't fight against the penalty. Mion, no. That thing that looked like Mion spoke to me like how Mion would speak to me. But I was certain this was not Mion. Someone who wasn't Mion. Someone who was just pretending to be Mion. Need to finish this up before the manager comes. Mion fished in her pocket and pulled out something bizarre. No thank you, I don't want any part of it, whatever it is. I could tell what it was just by looking, but for such a thing to be in her pocket, my mind wouldn't accept it. What is it? What is that? It was a small syringe. Oh, fuck no! No! No thank you. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. Get your needle bullshit out of here. It was a small clear syringe, like what a doctor would use when you went to him when you were sick. No thank you. Rena held me even tighter. Kick it out of her hands! Break it! Just keep kicking them! And I could hear that clattering laughter that no longer sounded like laughter blaring into my ear. Use the back of your head into Rena's head. Just back headbutt her. That eerie laughter, it wasn't something that the Rena I knew could ever produce from her own throat. Or just like, propel yourself backwards, hope you land on the side of the table and knock her out. Get up and then just beat the shit out of Mion until she, like, gets unconscious and then run. And call Oishi, for fuck's sake, call the police! This thing that was pretending to be Rena, was this their real laugh? Unable to defend myself, the syringe Mion was holding drew closer. No! No! And that needle tip was waved in front of my face countless times. Don't worry, don't worry. It won't hurt, it won't hurt. What are you planning on doing? What kind of sick joke is this? What are you saying, Kei-chan? You know exactly what's going on, don't you? About what? I don't understand any of this at all. I know you know. No use playing for the fool this late in the game. Stop talking nonsense to try and confuse me! You're gonna have done to you what happened to Tomitake-san. No! No! So it is some fucking weird-ass drug that gets injected into you that makes you want to claw your own goddamn throat out. No thank you. Run. Kick her. Beat her. Do something, Keiichi! What? The same as Tomitake-san. I didn't really understand what she meant. How don't you understand? What did that have to do with the syringe? You're playing dumb, Keiichi-kun. You should have realized it by now. Rena whispered into my ear, laughing as if to admonish me. Admonish me or admonish me? But even the way she spoke was repulsive beyond compare. Playing dumb? Me? About what? Everything! You've used God powers before. Use them now! Just go full up God mode and destroy everyone in this room. And everyone in the village. Fuck it, why not? What do you mean the same as Tomitake-san? Everyone thought at first that it was a hit and run. Except when the officer got closer to check if he was still alive, he soon noticed it wasn't a normal situation. His throat was scratched out. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails? Nails as in fingernails? But those gouged through. That's right. Tomitake-san had clawed out his own throat with his own nails and died. There's no way someone could die like that. So then for that to happen, we thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of the nature was detected. That's right. The police didn't find any drugs in Tomitake-san's system. That doesn't mean there is no drug that can't do that. It just means they haven't come across it. You're still in this fucking situation. I don't give a fuck. The police told me they didn't find any drugs in Tomitake-san's body. The two of them laughed together with that sickening laughter. Of course they'd laugh. To assume that such a medicine didn't exist just because the police didn't know about it was completely foolish. No shit! There's a bunch of stuff the police don't know about. Meaning the drug that caused Tomitake-san to die in such a bizarre manner did exist. If Mion injected this into me, then that would probably be all the proof I needed. No! No, that's not all the proof you needed. You can just take her fucking word for it. That's all the proof I fucking need. That would basically mean I'd end up the same as Tomitake-san. He could become hysterical, scratching out my throat in my last moments, then die. For such an outrageous drug to exist, for Mion to be holding it, and I was about to be injected with it. At that moment, I did not feel there was any need whatsoever to question it. Thank you! What kind of idiot, when he's trying to dodge a ball flying straight at his face, has time to think of a reason as to why it's flying at him? Thank Christ, you finally got it, man! Finally! But now it's too late because you've already been contemplating. Yeah, but really, does a drug like that really exist? I mean, they could just be injecting me with a bunch of saline. I mean, that's probably fine. What else would they inject you with, you dumb fuck? Christ. Just give up. Alright then. Mion's action lacked any gravitas, and that made it even more terrifying. There's none of the ceremony that, like when someone is sentenced to death. They're not executioners! They're just psycho serial killers! There was no hesitation at all, as if she were brushing her teeth. Mion reached out with one hand and grabbed onto my chest. No! Oh, shit. It felt like electricity had run through the back of my head and the entire world had gone dark. God mode time! I'm sick and tired of sleeping. I have been reawakened. Kill them all! Go God mode, fly out of here, Keiichi. Run! Kick her! Beat her down! Push Rena out the window! Do something! Scream! Did I stand up too fast? Or did someone hit me really hard in the back of the head? Well, goddammit, never mind. Keiichi's a dumbass and got his ass knocked out by Rena. Well, GG, boys, we're dead. GG. G fucking G. Having lost my sense of balance, I was assaulted by a wave of dizziness. Well, shit. I swear to God, if you ended on that... If this game ends right here, I swear to God. Oh my God, this game, if it... Don't you even fucking dare end it on that. No. I'm not dying in that way. Please tell me it's not over. Oh, thank God. Oh, God. Had text not appeared there, I would have been really pissed off. I would have been really pissed. I squatted down for a bit. When I came back to my senses, my entire room had changed drastically. God mode. The numbness in my head was gone, and slowly I could tell blood was flowing to my extremities again. How long had I been squatting there? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost as if the hands on the clock had stopped moving the entire time my eyes were closed. That's how little time passed. He did go God mode! Really? The air in the room wasn't filled with that madness from before. Only a dull silence. Rena wasn't there pinning my arms, and Mion wasn't there about to inject me with a needle. What, did he just will them to go away and they did? Did he really use God powers just to make them disappear? God, Keiichi, I've really been underselling you. Or did he fucking imagine all of it? that he's just been hallucinating this entire time. That he wakes up from, like, that one nap he took. Oh my god, I totally see them doing that. No way. Could it be? All of it was a hallucination. Oh my god. Don't make this a fucking hallucination. No. There was no other presence in the room besides my own. God, Keiichi, you finally fucking lost it. Jesus Christ. It was the weirdest experience I'd ever had. I was certainly with Rena and Mion. I knew Mion was not evil. Thank God, it's just Keiichi going batshit insane. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was also seized with some sort of comfort. I guess that terrible ordeal was a hallucination. I wouldn't be happy. That means I'm fucking insane. Neither Rena nor Mion, they would never do something so terrible. My head grew hot. I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? That wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? Sad that you doubted your friend so much? Maybe? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against age nor gender. Mion. Oh shit, no! Oh no. Oh no, I don't like that blood. That Mion was sprawled by the window in an unnatural pose. Blood stained her and her a deep red from head down to her chest. No! No! The bright crimson smeared on the walls. That splatter had undoubtedly come from Mion. No! Oh, God. She always had a bright smile and was kind to me from the day I transferred. Rena. That same Rena was slumped at my feet and was making the same pool of blood as Mion. Oh, God damn it! What the fuck happened? I said beat the shit out of him. I didn't mean literally. I just said knock him out. Well, I meant knock them out and then run. I didn't really mean just Ray Rice the fuck out of him. I couldn't comprehend what had happened. Did someone come to save me? Yes, Batman came to save you, killed them both, and then left. Yes. Batman, Superman, all the superheroes came and saved Mr. Keiichi. Oishi, he just magically appeared and killed both of them and then left you there. God, that's so stupid. Come on. Then they beat these two down with this metal bat? I finally noticed the weight in my right hand. How long had it been there? It was Satoshi's metal bat. It was covered in deep red. There was no doubt that this was the weapon used to mutilate both of them. And I was holding that weapon. I was the only person in the house. No shit! No shit! Whoa. Looking at this objectively, I couldn't think of anyone other than myself who could have done it. Thinking about this objectively and logically and subjectively, no one else could have done it! There's physically no way for that to happen. I did this? That's right. Keiichi Maebara. Of course I did it. I told myself gently, as if coaxing myself. Hey, me. There's no reason for you to remember it, nor is there a need to regret it. Eat or be eaten. You get that, don't you? But the blood, there's so much. Wait. Okay. What about the scene at the very beginning? When it's talked about, how they love that person or whatever, that you forgive them. And, they were being, cut in part. Who was that? Because it's not Keiichi, because he's killed Rena, and I just assumed, just everything that would have been Rena. Because she had the axe. She still has the axe, probably. So who gets cut up in the beginning? Of the very first game, who gets cut up? The fuck? It's weird as shit. Neither Rena nor Mion had moved an inch. Yes, because they're dead. You beat the shit out of him. It wasn't just a split forehead and a trickle of blood. Nothing that simple. No, you probably caved their goddamn skulls in. The entire room was splattered with red, and that told me it didn't end with just 2 or 3 strikes. Were they dead? Oh no, they're fine. They're just taking a nap. They're just taking a fucking nap. Jesus Christ. Both of them? The depths of my mind were calm, but on the surface I was panicking and agitated. Calm down, Keiichi. Don't fucking calm down! This is a situation where you don't calm down! What happened to your usual calm self? Oh, that went out the window when you decided to murder 2 people. Though, to be fair, they were going to kill you, so it's really justifiable self-defense right there. Because there's really no excuse they have. They were going to cut me a new one. Well, stab me, inject me a new one. Then I was going to tear my goddamn throat in. So that's probably not the best of ideas. Come on now. Do like you always do. Throw your head back and take a deep breath. Come on. Once. Twice. Breathe deeply. Calm down. Calm down. I chanted that over and over in my head and relaxed. To be fair, I would never be relaxed in this situation. It's way too fucked up to be just, I'm just good old calm Keiichi in this moment of time. But I mean, to be fair, that probably isn't the best option in this case. Because this is one fucked up situation. Head to toe. Color came back to my vision, and smell re-infused the air. Smells a lot like iron. At the same time, I remember what happened when I blacked out. My hair changed color. And I got super strength and super speed. You know, the normal stuff when I black out. Rena and Mion had attacked me. They were about to inject me with whatever caused the same symptoms as Tomitake-san. Right before that happened, I fought back. Good. Hurrah! I twisted my whole body and threw Rena as she pinned my arms. See, no, what you need to do is just push off of Mion with your legs. Which that'll send Rena behind you, so you'll land on top of her. At least that's what I would do. Because I think that's just the better thing in this scenario. That I followed through with my spin and rammed my foot as hard as I could into Mion's torso. Good. Good. It was soft. Of course it was. It's not like she's, got a 6-pack. Rena tried jumping on me, so I tackled her as hard as I could and slammed her against the wall. Ooh! I didn't let up that brief moment of having them off balance slip by. Get the fuck up, bitch! God, Keiichi, bring in the fucking hammer now. Oh my god, that's hardcore right there, Keiichi. But that's good. That's what I like to hear. Satoshi's bat that was left carelessly by the side of the desk. Of my desk. Really? They just left your bat at the side? Wow, what fucking dumbasses. Hammer time! Weep. That moment, everything went pitch black. There's nothing recorded past this point in the videotape of my mind. Really? I guess the high stress just caused him to black out. As in, like, mentally. Just repress the image. No, that wasn't right. It wasn't that there was nothing recorded. It was recorded just fine. Just the other me inside myself had told me not to look and had turned off the TV. Oh! Oh god, that sounded painful. Just because the screen had gone black and I couldn't see it, didn't mean that the videotape within me hadn't recorded it. Ooh. The TV was just off. The video was still playing. I'm not liking these bad sound effects. The tape within me creaking along, still playing. On the other end of that pitch black screen, that horrifying video was still playing. Compared to this, though, the scene right before my eyes, was still so difficult to take in. There's blood splattered everywhere on the walls, the two of them in these unnatural poses. Not a sign of movement from them. I couldn't even tell if they were breathing. Call Oishi! Call the police! Call your parents. Call anyone! Call a fucking phone sex line. I don't care. Just call someone. Do something and don't just stand there. Wow, this really sucks. No, call Oishi and say, oh my god, they tried to fucking kill me. I killed Rena and Mion, by the way. BT dubs. I killed them. But you know, they were trying to kill me and inject me with a drug that makes me want to claw my goddamn throat out. I have the syringe with me as well. No matter what the circumstances were, my friends, these girls, I had attacked them. Oh, really? I may have even killed them. May? They're dead already. They're probably on their way to getting cold. God. But if I hadn't done this, I would have been the one done for. Yeah, you'd be dead. Balancing that out on an imaginary scale, it felt like odd that I'd even feel bad about it. I mean, you should feel some remorse, because it is still fucked up that you killed someone. Even if it was a bit excessive, it was justifiable self-defense, kind of. Not really, but sure. Let's say it was. The last, probably 4, 5, 6 hits, probably not. The proof was all here. The two of them collapsed here in Mion's syringe. Mion's syringe filled with some unknown drug that would certainly solve the mystery surrounding the incident with Tomitake-san. And from the fact that both of these two were involved, they would be able to pick out the criminals one after the other. Good. Good. Still, I might be suspected for this. Why? But that was just fine. Anyway, now this should be a police affair. This wouldn't fade into the darkness like Rena's past incidences. As long as the police were involved, that should bring this to a close. Then call the police! They'll probably revisit their investigation on the chain of incidences. Good! Oishi-san would definitely get to the bottom of it. Call the police then. Meaning my wish. Call the police. I don't care. Stop monologuing. Call the police. Of not wanting to die. Of wanting to know the truth. That would be fulfilled in its most basic form. It's all a matter of time now. The doctor Rena called should be getting here soon. I'll confess everything to him. No! No, confess to the police! I needed to contact Oishi-san. Yes! Grab the phone, it's in your room. That moment I remembered. Besides the doctor, a manager had been called. Call the police. It was easy to imagine that they were someone deeply involved with the incidences, judging from Rena and Mion's conversation. The ache in my chest caused by the gruesome deed I'd done dissipated rather rapidly. It was not over yet. This place was no longer safe. Call the fucking police before running! Stay calm, Keiichi. It's not over yet. I needed to live long enough to tell the police of this incident. At that moment, I felt like I heard someone's voice from outside. No, 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 no. Call the police, call the police, call the police, call the police. Since people were speaking, it must mean there was more than one person. Call the fucking police, man. Do the right fucking deed and call. I moved the curtain ever so slightly and peered outside. It was a bizarre sight. About 4 or 5 grown men were gathered at the gate. No, they're gonna storm this fucking house. I'm dead. They very much resembled the 2 men who had assaulted me at the dam site today. Those 2 might even be among them. Okay, so 5 people plus Rena and Mio, and there's at least 7, 8 people doing this. That's a shit ton of people. There's one person there wearing a white coat, but he didn't look like a doctor at all. My gut told me he was in disguise, only posing as a doctor. That guy would probably ring the bell and get me to open the front door. Pretend to be a doctor to get me to open the door, and then when the rest of them would all rush in at once. Crazy fucking idea. Open the door, have the chain on it. He answers it and says, "Oh, can I have your business card before I open it, just to make sure you're a legitimate doctor?" That'll throw him off, because one of two things will happen. One, he'll either say, "Why don't you trust me? I'm obviously a doctor." That's when you just close the door, lock it, and say, "Fuck off, police are gonna be here in 1 minute." That'll make them fucking leave, because they can't kill you in 1 minute and get out of there. It'd say like 1 to 2 minutes the police are coming. P.S. I also have a shotgun in this house, so if you don't leave right now, I will kill all of you. Because I know there's 4 people like outside there with you as well. Because they'll probably be hiding. Like, you know, hiding outside, you know, in a brush, on the sides of the walls, that kind of stuff. Saying, I already know there's people waiting to rush into this house, so I'll just kill you the second you walk in. You do that, they'll leave you the fuck alone. Then you also call the police and have them get there and say, "Jesus Christ, these people wanted to kill me." Or he gives you a business card. When he reaches his hand inside, you just stab him with the needle, pop a little injection into him, he's gonna die. And then you say, "P.S. police are coming. Bye." Close the door, lock it, run upstairs. Grab everything you can and then run out the back. If there is a back. At least that's my plan. At that moment I saw the car parked behind the men and my heart nearly skipped a beat. The white van! Fuck that, dude. Oh, fuck no. So yeah, it's been this whole conspiracy to kill Keiichi then. No mistaking it. That van, the one that had tried to run me down. The man in the white coat entered the gate and headed towards the front door. The rest of them had hidden in the bushes and watched him. I probably couldn't pretend that I wasn't home. Undoubtedly, they'd just break the window and enter. I need to get out of here somehow. Then use a public phone to contact Oishi-san. No! Use the phone that's right in front of you! Say, "Oishi, someone's breaking into my house. I have to go now. I'm leaving. I'm also leaving evidence inside this house, so send 2 police cars, 1 to the house and 1 to me. In case they want to destroy the evidence here. Send multiple police cars. Send everyone. There's at least 8 people behind this." And you tell them that, so a bunch of people come. And say, "I'm gonna meet you, say, at the school, at the clinic. Somewhere known, or halfway there. That you start running to that destination and have Oishi-san meet you there. As soon as fucking possible. Then meet up somewhere. First of all, I need a weapon. Then shoes. Fuck shoes. Just run barefoot. But before all that, there was one thing that I had to do. Fuck off. I had no intention of dying. Oh, I can't tell. I'd live and reveal the truth about this nonsensical curse of Oyashiro-sama. But what would happen from here on, regardless of how determined I was, may bring about my demise. And that was why. There's one thing more important than getting out of here right now. I need to get that clock out quickly and take down the note hidden behind it. Damn it. The tape was sticking to it fast. It'd be fine if it was torn a little. I opened up the slightly torn note and began writing another passage with a ballpoint pen. If I wasn't able to inform Oishi-san, then the only thing I could rely on was this note. I never thought a piece of torn college-ruled notebook paper would be this reliable before. I had no time. I'd only write what I knew right now. I needed to leave some sort of information that would lead them to uncover the truth. Yay, more writing. Rena and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrators. Co-spirators? Conspirators of the perpetrators. Jesus Christ. They are helping the perpetrators. That's better. This was an undeniable fact. I still didn't want to believe it, but it was a fact. Anyway, I'd leave all the information that would help lead them to finding the perpetrators. There are 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This was everything I was able to see from the window. There may be more. Also, there's that unidentified person known as the manager. What about the fucking syringe? To begin with, the term manager didn't even mesh with Hinamizawa at all. If they were going to include the managers from the past incidents, then the only one is the construction site foreman, the victim from the first murder. The very first victim of the chain of incidents. Killed in a lynching, his body divided into 6 pieces. His right arm was never discovered. The police should have confirmed that death. But Rena and Mion did both call him manager. They said manager. They wouldn't use that term to refer to someone who was dead. The police would never even conceive that someone who was deceased could be involved. Could that be some sort of oversight? I didn't know. But even if I didn't know, it would be a big hint for Oishi-san. That's right. They needed to start fresh from the first incident. It wasn't just a simple dismemberment, but the start of the strings of mysterious deaths that would follow. So then there must be something hidden there. Please reinvestigate the victim from the dismemberment incident. He's alive. His death should have been established after an autopsy. Logically, you would think as much. But was that really the case? Could have been some sort of ploy with that they were able to deceive the police with. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. But he may still be alive. I had no time to ponder that right now. But why would he be helping them if he was alive? That's a big fucking if, by the way. If. Huge if. Oh yeah. There's something even more important I needed to write. The syringe! Tomitake-san's death was from an unknown drug. That's right. That drug. It was an irreplaceable piece of evidence. I had no doubt just by having this, everything would be uncovered. I couldn't just leave that vital clue laying on the floor. This syringe is proof. Writing that down, I struck the syringe onto the back of the clock with plenty of tape. So it absolutely would not slip out and fall to the floor. Firmly. Fuck no, don't open the door, Keiichi, don't be stupid. Hello? The bell rang. They were here. I couldn't write anymore. Yes, you could. But even still, there's one last thing I had to write. I can't write anymore, but I'll just go sit here and write. I knew it. That's why I said yeah, you can. Because I knew he was just going to be a dumbass and say, oh, dope, 1 minute. I have no idea why it has become like this. This made the closest thing to the truth out of everything I wrote on this note. If you're reading this, then I'm probably already dead. Though you may or may not find my body. If I was going to write out everything that could happen, either dying from the curse, or being demoned away, you who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. With this, my last will and testament was complete. I wasn't certain that I wasn't going to die, but it was my final plea, just in case. I folded the note, stuck it back onto the back of the clock, and returned the clock back to its usual spot. Good job. I couldn't help but pray. Oishi-san, if something happens to me, I leave the rest to you. After that, I gazed down silently at Rena and Mion. This was probably the last time we'd ever see each other. Rena, Mion, I really had thought all of us were friends. And I've really liked Mion. Damn it. But why did it end up like this? I had never had any fun in my previous school. I only worried about standardized test scores, about if the school I hoped to get into was where I really wanted to go, or a safety net. That was all I talked about. What a fucking loser. Who talks about their fucking test scores? That's all you talked about and worried about? Come on. Who cares about those? Those aren't important. Who studies for tests anyways? Come on. Easy. It was a dull life. The people I called friends were also my rivals in studying, in competitions, in personal records, and standardized test scores. Oh my god, I have to go compare my standardized test scores. Everyone here taught me how unhealthy that lifestyle was. It really does sound unhealthy. This month was really fun. Making a fuss over lunch, making a fuss over the club, making a fuss over the festival. Yeah, murder on a regular basis. It's all fun! Something hot began dripping down my face. Probably tears. Uncontrollable tears. Hey, look, I guessed. I guessed right. I should have had no obligation to shed tears for them. But they wouldn't stop. Even if they were after my life. Even if they were trying to kill me. Everything that happened this month, I wouldn't forget it. Or could it be those happy days were all a facade as well? Was it all a trap, meticulously orchestrated up until today to ensnare me? Oh my god, I don't think that. I think that's a little bit of a reach. I would say the very beginning, yeah, I think those were true days, while the last parts was definitely part of something else. Could have been just that I had just arbitrarily assumed that they were my friends. I think Mion really did like Keiichi, though. I think she really did. Rena, I don't think she does. Because I never once saw her shed tears for Keiichi. Mion did. That's why I think she's different. I think Mion really, really cared about Keiichi. Maybe even loved him. Which that's really sad that he ended up killing her because of that. But, you know. She was kind of psycho. I mean, that turns some people on. So who knows? Guess Keiichi's not into that kind of thing. That couldn't have been the case. Both Rena and Mion, they really were my friends. Those happy days, there was nothing fake or unclear about them. Someone probably forced them to try and kill me. Or their minds were taken over, possessed by the supernatural entity known as Oyashiro-sama. Regardless, both Rena and Mion, they were the best friends ever. And when they were coming after me, it wasn't of their own volition. Wait, they weren't the kind of people to sell off their friends, regardless of whether or not they were forced. There's no way such a thing like being possessed by Oyashiro-sama could happen in reality. Then did the real Rena and Mion come after me? What was I thinking? What a silly, dumb idea. To be worrying about that right now is stupid. You can think about this later when you're alive. When you're dying, you can't really think about it. Having beaten down both Rena and Mion, I was still debating if they were the real ones or fakes. There was no real or fake, only the reality that was before me. Rena and Mion were sprawled out at my feet. That was the only truth. I was only trying to twist the facts to my benefit, that I had beaten my friends to death. Yes, that's true. No matter how I spun it, it wouldn't change reality. Rena and Mion were both dead. It felt like there was a crack in the dam of strange emotions I was holding back. Dude, you're gonna fucking die if you just stand here and think, oh god, I just hate my emotions. It felt like my calm state, which was nothing more than a bluff, had receded, and in that opening, insanity was leaking out. I killed them. I killed them. Rena and Mion. I killed them. Get out. The doorbell rang again. Leave already, for fuck's sakes! The unrelenting echo pulled me back into the state of composure once again. I didn't have a moment to spare. Quickly, I needed to get away. I didn't want to die. Oh, it sure as hell seems like you want to die, because you're not making any attempt to fucking leave. In Jesus fucking Christ. I would uncover everything after that. Sorry, Jesus. It's just that I don't want... I'm tired of fucking Keiichi being like, oh god, I really hate my emotions. My emotions, oh god, why do I feel this way? Fuck off, just run! Think about it later if you're alive still. The identity of whoever or whatever had pushed me this far. Even if I had to drink mud and eat grass, I would survive. I would survive. I would definitely survive. I will survive. Unless he decides to say, oh god, I'm just gonna wait here and just think about my actions and what they really mean. I killed Rena for that very reason. I also killed Mion. I went that far just to keep living. So I can't die. For my sake and for the sake of the late Rena and Mion. I have to survive. Then leave. I ran towards the door and grabbed my shoes. I swear to fucking God, he's gonna open the door. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, God damn it, I forgot. That's right, you wanted to kill me. The doorbell rang again, and as if to urge me on. Behind the single solitary door, they were there. Oh, thank God he didn't open the door. Keeping quiet, I headed towards the kitchen. Headed towards the back door. Before opening the back door, I put my ear to it and checked for people outside. Yeah, that's gonna... if they're just sitting there, they're not gonna be making noises. No one? After I put on my shoes, I opened the door slowly so as not to make a sound. There he is! The back door! Surprise, they noticed me. God, my clever ruse of going out the only other way of escape backfired on me. God, who would have thunk that? The piercing voice echoed out. That voice stabbed through me, setting my hair on end. I had to run. Get out of here, Keiichi! One after the other, I felt stuff like rationale and intelligence, those things you use when you have time to spare, spill out of me. Just run! Run, Keiichi, run! E.T., go home. Phone home. Instead this, you're going the hell out of this village. You're just running. Don't stop for anything at all. Nothing. There's a burning person next to you that you could easily put out with some water. Nope, don't stop. Someone bleeding out, don't stop. Someone offering you money, don't stop. Unless they're offering you a car with a full tank of gas, keys in the ignition, don't stop. I didn't feel any pain from the branches scratching my arms and forehead. My autonomously pulsing heart also felt neither fatigue nor pain. My entire being just wished to live. There was nothing else it desired. It probably had no complaints whatsoever. So of course I wouldn't feel fatigue. I just ran. Just recklessly rushing in the direction I was already heading. Even if nobody was chasing after me, I'd still be running like this. Good! Don't stop until you're in the next country. And yes, this is Japan and the water. You're running across the water now. There wasn't a thought in my mind about where I was headed. Turning around, I felt a presence right next to me. Don't stop! Don't turn around. That presence, without a doubt, chasing me like my shadow. If I took even one misstep, I would be devoured. Don't stop! That's what I thought. So I didn't turn around. I didn't stop. I ran. At full speed. Don't stop me now! I'm having such a good time. Running away. Please don't stop me now. Keep running, boy. Whatever that is. That was the chirping of the Higurashi telling me that it was evening. Oh, thanks for answering me, Keiichi. The fuck? Trying to tell me something, and then I finally heard it. The wailing cry of the victims who didn't make it. They're urging you forward, Keiichi. You can do it. You can win. Would I be joining them? No! Not on my watch, goddammit. Only the Higurashi knew. They knew everything. They definitely knew. So I ran towards where I could hear more of the Higurashi's chirps. But the further I ran, the further away their chirping became. I couldn't get near them. Why are you all running away? Was it my fault? Was I the one to blame? Then I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Isn't that a sign of Oyashiro-sama's curse, though? Like you feel a presence, like, following you everywhere, and that you apologize a lot, and never get, like, a response back? I'm sorry. 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 I thought that only the Higurashi knew. Okay, she's possessed, and probably gonna die. One day we'll find the end. Hopefully this is the final, I mean. Going pretty far into this game already. Oh, chased by shadows. Thank you for the achievement. The smoking room was filled with a cloud of cigarette smoke. Oop. The expensive smoke filter gave off some crackling electric noise, but it didn't seem like it was doing anything at all. Why did smokers have to be shoved so far down this corridor where the sun didn't even reach? I recalled hearing that the tax revenue from tobacco was about 1/10 of the municipality's revenue. We're the most heavily taxed members of this municipality, so I really wish they'd show us a little more respect. Show us there is some respect to the people that don't smoke. And quit bitching. Why would you discard the 5 manzu there? It's just decreasing your options. One of the younger detectives was having a staring contest with the mahjong magazine called Next Turn. You're still in tenpai if you... Tenpai if you cut the 5 manzu. If you're betting on Haitai, then shouldn't you be going into it with a mangan? Mangan? Sure. Kuma-chan, look at the pond. They all discarded a 5 manzu. It's a safe dial. You'd hate it if at the end game someone was sitting on a tenpai on the last turn, wouldn't you? The kid let out another groan, put out his cigarette, then took out another one. I just don't agree. Why would you reduce your own options? By the way, you can't call Ron with your winning tile in that Haitai. What? Why is that? Just then I heard a voice coming from down the hall. Are you there, Hiro Ishii-san? You have a call from a civilian. Fucking civilians. Jesus. Oh, why do they fucking exist? Oh, let's send down a cop car and just hit him in the head. Fuck him. Just run over him. Oh, ain't that something? Well, see you soon. What? Why can't you call Ron on it? Hold on for a second, Oishi-san. Oh, damn civilian. Ruining my smoke break. I'll beat the shit out of him. The man sitting in the seat Oishi-san was heading towards waved at the phone receiver. Outside line. From a payphone. Oh, why thank you. Oh, that must be Keiichi then. Because he said he was going to a public phone. So probably a payphone. Sorry to keep you waiting. This is Oishi. Who is it? Oishi-san. Hello? If it isn't Mayabara-san. Why, good evening. From the tone Mayabara-kun's voice, I already knew he was in a predicament. This was the first time Mayabara-kun had phoned me. And he was calling from a payphone. Please calm down. Did something happen? His voice was erratic over the phone. He had completely lost his sense of composure. After checking that nobody else could hear, I prompted him in a hushed tone. What happened? Calm down, Mayabara-san. I can have the local officers head to your location. Do it! Do it! Don't say I can. Just do it. Fuck them. I'll be there soon, too. I think that's impossible. His voice was quivering and hoarse. He wasn't surrounded by people even as he was making this call, was he? Get police officers down. Mayabara-san, you're calling from a payphone right now, right? Where's that payphone? There were no other sounds beside Mayabara-kun's voice. It had been a phone booth. I scratched out a note and tossed it at my colleague sitting across from me. Hurry up and get the fuck down there. Hinami saw a phone booth. He understood quickly and hastily started on the internal lines. Calm down, Mayabara-san. What is your current situation? It usually wasn't a good idea to tell someone panicking to do so, but this was not a usual case. I'm panicking! Calm down then! What? You're not supposed to tell me that. You're not supposed to tell me to calm down. Why not? Mayabara-kun didn't just get in trouble. Get away and then call me. He was in the midst of something dangerous right now. But yelling at Mayabara-kun right now would just needlessly cause him to be even more frantic. Oh, the yelling part. Oishi seems to do that a lot, though. Mayabara-kun wasn't just calling to seek help. So how was your day, Oishi? I'm really interested in, how you're doing. What's the rumors going around the police force? Like, that's stupid. Come on, Oishi. You're smarter than that. He's trying to tell us something more than that. And whatever that was, If I didn't get it from this phone call, I was certain there would never be another chance. My colleague pushed a note in front of me. There's only one booth in Hinabizawa. A patrol caller is on the way. 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Oh my god! That's so long! That's too long. How many officers are in there? 2. Not enough. If it was as I imagined, there were likely quite a few people surrounding Maebara-kun. 5 minutes was too long. Did he call the officer station in Hinabizawa? He's scheduled to be on patrol. They're currently out and it'll be impossible to contact them. No, it's not. They have a radio. God damn! Kuma-chan, bring the car around. Understood. Hello. Oishi-san? Hello. It's alright. I can hear you loud and clear. There's something wrong with Maebara-kun. It wasn't a normal coughing sound. Vomiting? Or was it blood? Had he been attacked and was he injured? Maebara-san, the police are on the way. They'll be there in a couple minutes, so hold on somehow. Hello? Can you hear me? Maebara-san. I could hear on the other end of the line that he was having a coughing fit. The worst situation popped into my head. Maebara-san, who's the culprit? How many are there? I thought... At first the culprit was human. I couldn't tell if that was a cough or vomiting. Are you alright, Maebara-san? I thought that the culprit was a person and not Oyashiro-sama's curse. Up until right now. But I guess in the end... It was an intense bout of coughing, then vomiting. But I guess Oyashiro-sama does exist. No, he's here. Maebara-san, please just calm down. I've been thinking it was strange for a while now. It's been following me this whole time. I run and run and run, but it just sticks to me like my shadow. But slowly, so slowly, it's digging itself into my back. Maebara-san, are they right now, perhaps, right behind you? Behind me. Right behind me. Please, Maebara-san, I can tell you're scared, but please, who is it that's right behind you? I can't just look behind me. If I do, I understand that you're scared, but please tell me. You just need to turn around a bit. Who is it? Who is behind you, Maebara-san? Right after I said that, I could hear vomiting intensely. What followed was a nightmarish sound. Maebara-san, it couldn't be that you're clawing out your own throat. There was no answer. Oh god, he's fucking dead. Oh shit. Did he get injected? Really? But I could hear something like scratching. Oh, thank god there's no sound effects for that. There was a bang as if something was being hit. Maebara-kun had probably dropped the receiver. I could hear groaning and vomiting over the other end and a repeating abnormal noise. Hello? Hello? Maebara-san! Hello! I knew how far away my voice would sound on the other end, but I couldn't help but shout. That moment I heard whispering coming from the other end. I couldn't tell what he was saying. From the way he was saying it, was he talking to himself? Or was he talking to someone there? Hello? Maebara-san! Rather than whispering, it was some kind of mantra he was chanting over and over. I focused my senses trying to pick up what he was saying. What was he repeating? What exactly? Beep. Suddenly the light went dead. Fuck! No! Did they cut the line? Did they fucking cut the phone line? Did he use up his time? Oh my god, I forgot it's a payphone. I forgot it was a fucking payphone. Payphones, you have to put money in, and it only gives you a certain amount of time if you don't put more money in. And since he's clawing his goddamn throat out, it's not like he can put any money in. Well, fuck me. It's because it was a payphone. It's because it cut out so abruptly. The last thing he said came out so clearly in my mind. Oishi-san, the car's good to go. Oishi-san. It was, I'm sorry. Oh my god, no. Oishi, don't. He might be cursed now. Oishi-san? That's what he was repeating over and over. He said, I'm sorry. I had a gut feeling. There was no longer a need to hurry. I could hear the chirp of the Higurashi spilling in from the open window. Fuck! I should have been able to hear them this entire time. I just wasn't paying any attention. Why did I focus on them all of a sudden? Were they trying to tell me something? Only the Higurashi knew. That's how I felt. Okay, no, I thought Oishi was going to do like a tirade of I'm sorry. Like saying, like, apologizing to Mayabara for not saving. July 1983. In Hinamizawa, a remote village near Shishibone City, there was a murder involving 2 female students. The suspect is Keiichi Mayabara, age something. Over 10. Probably 18. The suspect called over his 2 female classmates, Rena Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki, to his house, and he beat them to death with a metal bat. Time to read really fucking fast. The scene of the crime was the suspect's room on the 2nd floor of his house. The inside of the room was covered with a significant quantity of splattered blood, and there was signs of a struggle with the victims. In addition to the scene of the crime, the entryway, living room, and kitchen had all traces of a struggle. Fuck. At the entryway, the shoe rack in the wall had evidence of being impacted by a strong blunt force. It's believed to have been the same bat as the murder weapon. Having no traces of blood, it is believed the destruction occurred before the murders. There's a possibility that the suspect overpowered his victims to keep them from fleeing. In the living room, the rug had been pulled back and then thrown aside. What? It's hard to believe that this had a connection to the struggle with the victims, and thus the reason of this remains unknown. Move the rug? Who did that? In the kitchen, the garbage bag was torn apart and the contents were spread out on the floor. Keiichi did that, I remember that. Garbage was strewn around in the surrounding area, and the handprints believed it belonged to the suspects were discovered. For some reason, taking out the garbage and struck it with his fist. The reason for this remains unknown. In addition, there was a note stuck to the fridge. The words, "Was there a needle?" were written on it. The meaning behind this remains unclear. Just in case, the garbage was searched, but a needle was not discovered. So she took out the trash then. Through the garage door was functional. It had been, though, left open ever since the suspect moved in. The garage door was found closed. The suspect's fingerprints were discovered on the garage door. Reason behind this remains unknown. Suspect fled the scene of the crime. However, a patrolling officer, Hinamizawa Local PD, found the suspect collapsed inside a phone booth. At the time of discovery, the suspect was unconscious in critical condition. He was rushed to a local hospital for treatment, but did not regain consciousness and died 24 hours later. Fuck! The result of the autopsy indicated the immediate cause of death to have been hypovolemic shock, blood loss. And, you go into shock due to it. It was determined the suspect had clawed out his own throat with his fingernails, resulting in the cause of death. With similarity to the death of Tomitake on the prior week, police believed there would be a connection and have opened an investigation. However, due to authorities to be a confidential investigation due to the abnormal nature of death, it is suspected that drugs were involved, but as with Tomitake, no signs were found. What prompted all this remains inexplicable. As such, this case is being treated as an act committed on impulse. However, with such several accounts, the suspect's bizarre behavior, it is possible this was not the case. Separated from his group of friends, isolation, inexplicable behavior. Several days before the incident, the subject began carrying around a metal bat. Suspect was observed displaying aggressive behavior and as well as talking to himself at school. His classmates had heard portions of what it was. 2 days before the incident, the suspect declared to his parents the possibility of his death. Due to these circumstances, the police have begun an investigation on the possibility that this crime was not committed on impulse but planned. Fuck. Afterwards, that's the note. A note was found in the suspect's room he had written. The note was written on 2 sheets from a B5 college-ruled notebook, and each beam had been torn in half and concealed it stuck behind a clock on the wall. The contents are as written in the appendix. The police believe it to be strongly related to the incident. Strongly? It should be. The police changed their line of investigation based on the possibility the suspect was involved in some sort of incident himself. However, no further clues were found, casting doubt on the credibility of the note. Was the crime impulsive or premeditated? With the situation unclear, it's been labeled unresolved. Fuck. However, the following year, suspicion arose regarding the nature of the note. The note was not written on 2 halves of B5 paper, but from 2 separate sheets, but was originally a single sheet of B5 paper. In order to erase several lines from the middle, someone had torn them out. Judging from the size of the letters, the missing section is estimated to be 2 or 3 lines. It's highly probable that the person who eliminated the lines in question is not the suspect. In addition, judging from traces of large quantities of cellophane tape stuck to the back of the clock, something other than the note was stuck there has arisen. The person who first discovered the crime was a detective rumored to have a connection with the incident, Higurashi. He underwent voluntary questioning but denies involvement in any damages to the note. Suspect's note. Oh, reading time. Let's see what's missing. I, Keiichi Maebaro, am in fear of my life. I do not know why they're after my life. The only thing I do know is that it has to do with Oyashiro-sama's curse. Rena and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrator. 4 to 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This is all the first sheet. Everything below this has been ripped out. Okay, so white van. That's all it left off with. This is from the second sheet. I have no idea why it has become like this. If you're reading this, I'm probably already dead. Though the only difference may be the presence or lack of a body. You who are reading this, please uncover the truth. This is my only desire. Keiichi Maebaro. Oh, thank God, somewhere I can stop. Okay. Things that were missing in that note was... Oh, shit. The fact of the needle, the first investigation that he was alive, they ripped that out. Oh, don't tell me he's fucking alive. That might be actually, like, a huge fact there. And what else was it? I don't know. I don't remember what the other thing was. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me. Okay, then he talked about Rena. He talked about the white van. He talked about the first investigation. That must have been it. The first investigation and the needle. And Tomitake's death. Strange. So I guess that was all of that. Higurashi, when they cry. 07th expansion president. Welcome to Hinamizawa, when they cry. All cast review session has been available. To play it, select on the title menu and then pick the all cast review session. Whew. God, that reading though. And there it is. It is over. That is the final part. Except I will do the review later on, like the all cast review session. I'll do that later. God, my throat feels like it's gonna die any minute. Whew, that was a fucking adventure. Stay tuned for my review coming up probably tomorrow. Probably the next day. Maybe even today. I don't fucking know. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this series. Can't wait to get into Chapter 2. I'll probably do the review All-Star stuff the same day as I do Chapter 2, just to like get a quick refresher, because hopefully it says review, so it'll probably go over like what happened. At least I hope they do. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video around. Tell your friends to hit this video up. Check out other videos that I have. By this time, I should be doing No Man's Sky. Should be. I know Danganronpa will still be going on. I have other projects in the works as well of recording. Just being a little recording machine over here. But I want to get that project going pretty far into it before I start releasing episodes, just because it'll go by really quickly. Like, it'll probably last 2 or 3 weeks. instead of a full month like Higurashi did. No, they only lasted 3 weeks. Anyways, I'm rambling. That you guys don't have to worry about. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next time.